you can count on. You're watching WTVM News Leader 9.
An accident involving a motorcycle turns deadly in Columbus. We'll tell you how long traffic had to be rerouted. Plus,
it surprised me that he would do something like this.
An arrest in a triple shooting leaves some Buena Vista, Georgia residents baffled. We'll tell you why.
And we're warming up here across the Chattahoochee Valley. It's going to be a nice Friday and a really nice weekend, but when will the rain return? The forecast is ahead.
Welcome to News Leader 9 at noon. I'm Cheryl Renee. Thank you so much for joining us on Friday the 13th. New at noon, a Georgia doctor who had an office in Phoenix City is indicted for a host of charges, including using that office as a pill mill. Police say Robert Ritchie of LaGrange was recently arrested following his indictment by a grand jury. Coming up on News Leader 9 starting at 5, we'll tell you what other charges the doctor is facing. A man dies from an overnight vehicle accident on Victory Drive in Columbus. Officers confirmed to News Leader 9 the accident happened near the Naval Museum last night around 10. The coroner's office says 25-year-old Christopher McMillian was riding his motorcycle when he hit a car. Traffic was rerouted on Victory Drive for hours, but has since returned to a normal traffic flow. Happening now, search efforts pick up for the person responsible for killing a teenage girl following a hit and run more than a month ago. The father of Ari Phillips says he won't stop looking for his daughter's killer. The Phillips family is asking for help in the search for the suspect's pickup truck. Police say they believe it's crimson or burgundy colored with chrome step rails and alloy wheels. Ari's father says he won't rest until the killer is caught.
My 16-year-old was with her when it happened. And it's just disgusting that, killer, the driver came up from behind, hit them from behind. None of them saw it coming.
Phillips was hit on Flat Rock Road on the night of March 27th. She died 3 days later. Police say the truck was last seen driving south near the Kitten Lake area in Midland. A $7,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information that leads to an arrest. Happening today, testimony resumes in the trial of the Columbus barbershop owner killed in 2012. Edward Lee and Dontavius Dolman are on trial for the murder of Charlie Artis outside his shop on Gunboat Drive. A woman testified in court that she lived with them, Lee and Dolman. She heard them bragging about their crimes and saw the gun used to kill Artis. Prosecutors say Artis's murder was part of a 5-week crime spree that also included burglary and rape. We turn now to a developing story out of Buena Vista, Georgia. That's where a teen is awaiting his first court appearance after a triple shooting. Officers say 17-year-old Dejon Martin shot 3 people in their mobile home Wednesday night. Neighbors say they heard gunshots that night at the home on Highway 26 East. And members of the Washington family say they know the suspected shooter.
We went to school together, so he was quiet, so it surprised me that he would do something like this.
GBI investigators say the shooter and the victims are not related and they're trying to determine a motive. Martin is in the Marion County Jail. Well, let's talk weather now. We're looking live from our Alpha Insurance Skycam at Callaway Gardens at the Mountain Creek Inn, and you can see it's pretty nice outside. So, Elizabeth, what can we expect this day ahead?
Well, Cheryl, it was gorgeous out there on my lunch break. I don't know if you got to go out for your lunch, but it was so nice, and that's going to be the trend for the rest of the day. A really nice Friday and then a really nice weekend forecast for you. No rain is expected. You saw some clouds earlier this morning, but they're now out of the picture. We're going to have nothing but sunshine for the rest of the day, helping those temperatures warm up. We're in the upper 70s for most everybody. A little warmer there in the southern part of our viewing area. We're at 81 degrees already in Albany, 79 in Columbus. And a look at the Alert Center radar network a little closer to home shows again dry conditions. We had a few sprinkles earlier this morning, but that's all the rain we're going to see for today and for the next couple of days. That rain not coming in until next Tuesday. So for the rest of the day, don't forget you can get your hour-by-hour forecast on our WTV and Weather mobile app. Temperatures will be warming into the low to mid 80s this afternoon, so right at average. We're going to keep those temperatures around for Saturday, a little cooler for Sunday. Full breakdown of your weekend forecast, though, is coming up.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. New details this afternoon. 2 cast members of the popular TV show The Walking Dead were spotted at the scene of a car crash in Peachtree City, Georgia. According to the Citizen publication, the accident happened at the intersection of Georgia Highway 54 and Line Creek Drive yesterday afternoon. A picture posted on Facebook shows Stephen Wynn, who plays Glenn, and Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl, standing near the scene of the crash. The Citizen reports the duo appeared to come to the assistance of motorists. New at noon, the oldest woman in the world who has a tie to Alabama has died. Susanna Mushat Jones died in New York yesterday at the age of 116. Medical experts say Jones died at a public housing facility for seniors in Brooklyn, where she had lived for more than 3 decades. Jones, who was born near Montgomery, had been ill for the past 10 days. 116-year-old Emma Morano of Verbania, Italy, just a few months younger than Jones, is now the unofficial world's oldest person. We're taking a look ahead this afternoon. Tonight is the conclusion of News Leader 9's 5-part special report, Ending the Epidemic. Our Jason Dennis will be closing the series with a look at the president's plan to battle prescription drug abuse. And he'll also have an exclusive interview with a DEA officer. Last night, you got a chance to see what's being done at the state and local levels to help people overcome addictions to painkillers and heroin. In Georgia, the Attorney General says nearly 700 people die every year from prescription drug abuse.
We don't need to be paying for them in a county prison or the state prison. We need to get them help for overdoses.
You can catch the conclusion of Ending the Epidemic tonight on News Leader 9 at 11. You can also watch all 5 reports on our website, WTVM.com, and on the News Leader 9 mobile app. Just look in the Ending the Epidemic section. Happening today, the White House is ordering every public school in the country to allow transgender students use bathrooms and locker rooms that match their gender identity. The Obama administration says it will issue guidance today directing schools on the policies. This comes as debates take place around the country over which bathrooms transgender students should be allowed to use. Donald Trump is disavowing his former butler after he called for President Obama to be killed. Anthony Senecal wrote on Facebook this week that the U.S. military should have shot the president for being a, quote, enemy agent during his first term in office. According to CNN, the 84-year-old says he's simply fed up with the president. Coming up on News Leader 9 at noon, it's time for Southern Weekend. We'll have a look at a Savannah spooky adventure ahead. Plus, it's the weekend, and some of you may be looking to wind down and have a drink. We'll tell you why a cocktail may interest you today.
And it is the weekend, and it's Friday. That means the Big To Do concert series will be in Uptown Columbus. It's going to be a gorgeous night. It's going to be warm, but dry. We're going to keep the dry weather around for the rest of the weekend. A closer look at that forecast after the break.
Hi, I'm Antonio Sabato Jr. with your Fix It and Finish It tip of the day. Leather furniture looks great, but it can be hard to maintain. Try this. Vacuum thoroughly and be careful not to scratch the leather. Mix a few drops of mild face soap with a quart of distilled water until suds form. Dip a soft cloth in the water and wring it out. Test a small hidden area first, then work one section at a time. Dip another cloth in plain distilled water and wipe away the soapy residue. Dry the leather completely, then buff. Now you're ready for leather conditioner. I'm Antonio Sabato Jr. for Fix It and Finish It.
Fix It and Finish It, weekdays at 10:30, 9:30 Central on WTVM News Leader 9.